Every month, millions of people quietly drain their bank accounts, and most don't even notice. It's not because of bad luck or unfair systems, it's because of tiny financial leaks disguised as normal life. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, once said, "If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need." Those words aren't just wise, they're a warning. Today, we're looking at 15 things poor people waste their money on. The everyday habits that separate financial struggle from long-term security. Some of these might surprise you. Some you might be doing without realizing it. But by the end of this video, you'll see money differently, forever. And if you find value in this journey, take a second to like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps us bring you more timeless lessons from Warren Buffett and other great minds of wealth. Let's begin with the first silent wealth killer. The obsession with brand names.
Walk through any mall and you'll see it. People lining up for a logo. Not for quality, not for durability, just for the status that comes stitched into that tiny label. Buffett has always believed that the richest people don't buy to impress, they buy to express practicality. The poor, however, often chase prestige. It's a psychological trap that keeps people stuck, because it feels like success, but only empties the wallet. Think about it. A simple white t-shirt might cost $10. Add a designer name to it, and suddenly it's $100. Yet both shirts do the same job. The difference? One feeds your ego, the other feeds your savings account. When you start valuing the feeling of looking rich over actually becoming rich, you set yourself up for financial quicksand. Warren Buffett still wears modest clothes, drives an ordinary car, and eats simple meals. Not because he has to, but because he knows money multiplies faster when you respect its purpose.
So, next time you're tempted to buy something just for the label, ask yourself, would I still want this if no one could see it? That one question could save you thousands. But fashion isn't the only trap. There's a bigger one, something society glorifies as the ultimate symbol of success. And it's one of the most dangerous money decisions you can make early in life. For many, buying a house feels like making it. It's the dream, your name on the deed, your key in the lock. But here's the harsh truth. Buying a house too soon, or buying more than you can afford, can turn that dream into a lifelong financial burden. Buffett has said that people often confuse ownership with wealth. A house can either be your greatest asset or your biggest liability, depending on when and how you buy it. Poor people tend to focus on the pride of ownership, not the numbers behind it.
Let's say you take a massive loan to buy a house that eats half your monthly income. Add maintenance, taxes, and unexpected repairs, and suddenly you're house poor. You look successful on the outside, but live paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, the wealthy think differently. They see homes as part of a bigger financial strategy, not an emotional purchase. They wait until the mortgage is comfortably within their budget, so their home doesn't own them. They own it. The sad truth is that many people stretch themselves thin to keep up appearances. They buy the house their friends have, the car their neighbors drive, the furniture their relatives admire. But wealth isn't built on comparison. It's built on control. Owning a home can be a blessing, but overextending yourself for one is like chaining your future to a lifetime of debt. And while the mortgage drains your account monthly, another trap sneaks in quietly. Recurring charges that don't even feel like expenses anymore. They start small. A few dollars here, $10 there, one for music, another for movies, a couple for productivity tools, and maybe a gym you swore you'd use every morning. Before you know it, you're bleeding hundreds each month. And the worst part? You barely notice. This is what Warren Buffett calls death by 1,000 cuts. Poor people often underestimate the power of small expenses because they seem harmless in isolation. A $7 subscription doesn't hurt until you realize you're paying for 20 of them. Rich people, on the other hand, track every recurring expense like hawks. They know automation is a double-edged sword. It brings convenience, but it also hides waste. Take a moment to scroll through your bank statements. You'll likely find services you forgot existed, streaming platforms you never open, cloud storage you don't use, or trial memberships you meant to cancel. These invisible leaks slowly drain your financial oxygen. Buffett's wisdom here is simple. Do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. That mindset shift turns financial discipline into freedom.
Cancel what doesn't serve you. Redirect that money toward investments, education, or building an emergency fund. Because if you don't control your subscriptions, they'll quietly control you. And while these invisible payments quietly chip away at your wallet, another habit hits even harder. One you might already know is costly, but ignore because it feels too small to matter. It begins with just one cigarette, one drink, one harmless indulgence after a stressful day. But habits, when multiplied over years, can cost a fortune.
Warren Buffett often warns that chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Poor people tend to anchor their comfort in consumption. Small purchases, quick highs, little escapes. The problem isn't the price of the cigarette or the drink, it's the price of repetition. Let's break it down. A daily pack of cigarettes can cost thousands a year. Drinks every weekend? Add a few more thousand. And these aren't investments. They depreciate the moment you consume them. Beyond money, there's a hidden cost. Habits steal time, health, and focus. They lower productivity, increase medical bills, and reinforce dependence. Buffett built his empire not just by making smart investments, but by avoiding costly indulgences that trap the average person in endless cycles.
Replacing harmful habits with constructive ones is one of the fastest ways to multiply wealth. Reading instead of scrolling, walking instead of drinking, cooking instead of ordering out. Each shift saves money and compounds discipline, the true currency of the rich. So if you think your wallet leaks through your lifestyle choices, you're right. But the next money mistake is even more deceptive, because it hides behind something almost everyone believes is necessary. There's a quiet thrill when you drive a brand new car out of the dealership. The shine, the smell, the feeling that you've made it. But the truth? The second your tires hit the road, your car begins losing value. Fast. Warren Buffett has always been clear on this.
New cars are one of the biggest traps for people trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. Within the first year, most vehicles lose up to 20 to 30% of their value. You don't even get the satisfaction of using that money. It just evaporates into depreciation. Buffett himself drives modest vehicles, often for over a decade. Why? Because he understands that wealth isn't measured by appearances, but by the financial freedom to choose how you live. The poor often buy new cars for social validation, but the rich buy reliable cars for practical reasons. Imagine this. Two people each earn the same salary. One buys a new car with monthly payments, insurance, and maintenance eating up a chunk of income. The other buys a used car, saves the difference, and invests it. 10 years later, one has a shiny car that's old and worth little. The other, a portfolio that pays for their next car in cash.
The new car trap is emotional. It sells pride, not practicality. But if you can detach emotion from spending, you'll see cars for what they are. Tools, not trophies.
And before we move on, if you've learned something new so far, take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps us grow this channel and reach more people learning to think like Warren Buffett. Because the next money leak is something Buffett himself has called the real enemy of wealth, and most people are drowning in it without even realizing. Credit cards promise freedom, but for many, they quietly build a cage. Buffett has often said that high-interest debt is like trying to swim while holding a rock. It pulls you down slowly until you can barely breathe. Poor people often fall into the trap of using credit for lifestyle upgrades, fancy dinners, new clothes, quick trips, believing they'll pay it off later. But later comes with interest, and that interest compounds faster than most investments.
Let's do simple math. If you owe $5,000 at 20% interest and only pay the minimum each month, it can take more than 20 years to pay it off, and you'll pay thousands more in interest alone. That's how credit card companies make billions, while cardholders stay stuck in invisible chains. The rich treat credit differently. They use it strategically, only when it benefits them, and they pay it off immediately. Buffett compares debt to quicksand. Easy to step into, impossible to climb out of if you panic. The real danger isn't just the interest, it's the illusion of affordability. Swiping feels easy, paying feels distant. But as Buffett once joked, if you buy things you don't need, soon you'll have to sell things you do. To escape the trap, you must reverse your mindset. Never use credit to buy depreciating things.
Use it only when there's guaranteed value behind the expense.
But what if the trap isn't credit? It's emotion. Because the next financial mistake isn't about numbers at all. It's about the psychology of spending and how one tiny impulse can sabotage your financial peace. You've seen it happen, maybe even to yourself. You walk into a store for one small thing and walk out with a bag full of extras. Or you scroll online, see that flashing limited offer, and suddenly you've spent what you didn't plan to. That's impulse buying, the invisible drain that disguises itself as harmless fun. Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." That's not about opportunities, it's about discipline. Poor people say yes too often, especially to their emotions.
Impulse spending feels good in the moment. It gives a burst of dopamine, a quick hit of happiness. But that rush fades faster than the transaction clears. And what's left behind? Regret, clutter, and a thinner wallet. The trap works because it's emotional, not logical. Stores are designed to tempt you. Bright colors, 50% off tags, countdown timers. They don't sell products, they sell urgency. But Buffett's approach to money is the opposite. He lets time, not emotion, decide. If he wants something, he waits. He studies it. And often, after a few days, he realizes he doesn't need it at all. Next time you feel the pull to buy now, pause. Ask yourself, if this weren't on sale, would I still want it? If the answer is no, close the tab and save your money. Because while impulse spending bleeds your bank account quietly, the next money leak is one you probably justify every week. Something that feels too normal to be dangerous. But it's eating hundreds, even thousands, every year.
Food is comfort. It's social. It's quick. And in today's world, eating out has become less of a treat and more of a lifestyle. But here's what Buffett would point out. Every convenience meal comes with a premium price tag that compounds against you over time. Let's do simple math. If you eat out just 3 times a week and spend $20 each time, that's over $3,000 a year. Add delivery fees, taxes, and tips, and you might be spending the equivalent of a month's rent, just for convenience. Buffett, known for his frugal habits, keeps his meals simple and predictable. Not because he can't afford more, but because he knows that financial discipline is built through repetition. It's not about never enjoying a meal out. It's about recognizing when comfort turns into carelessness. Poor people often justify this expense by saying, "It's just food, I have to eat anyway." But they overlook how small choices stack up. Eating out isn't just about the meal. It's about the time lost in travel, the gas used, the tips given, and the pattern created. Wealthy people see meals differently. They cook at home not to save every penny, but because the habit of preparation strengthens their sense of control. They know that every dollar saved has potential energy. It can grow, invest, or build. So before you order that takeout again, ask yourself, am I buying convenience or am I buying laziness? Because one creates comfort, the other creates debt. And speaking of unnecessary upgrades, the next financial mistake is one of the most common and most overlooked traps in modern life. Every year, companies promise you the next big thing: a slightly faster phone, a camera that captures 1% more detail, a smartwatch that looks identical to last year's, just with a new strap. And millions rush to buy it. Warren Buffett sees this as one of the most subtle traps of modern life. He once said, "The rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield." Meaning, we often only realize later how unnecessary our purchases were. The problem isn't technology itself, it's our relationship with it. Poor people buy gadgets to feel current. Rich people buy tools that serve their purpose. There's a difference between staying updated and staying distracted. Think about it. A new iPhone might cost over $1,000. If you upgrade every year, that's tens of thousands over a decade, money that could have grown exponentially in an index fund. Instead, you're trading real wealth for temporary excitement. The cycle is designed to keep you hooked. Ads show influencers unboxing new devices, while your old one suddenly feels outdated. But here's the truth. Your current phone, laptop, or tablet can likely do 95% of what the new one does. The only thing that changes is the story companies tell you.
Buffett invests in companies that build technology, but he doesn't chase the latest version. He values long-term performance, not short-term pleasure. That mindset separates a consumer from an investor. So next time you're tempted to upgrade, pause and ask, is this an improvement or just an illusion of progress? And if the tech world feeds the illusion of success, the social world feeds something even stronger, the fear of being left behind. We all know someone who always has the newest outfit, the latest car, the most Instagrammable vacation. But what we rarely see is the debt behind that display.
Buffett calls this behavior trying to keep up with people who aren't thinking about you at all. Poor people often spend money to impress others. The wealthy, meanwhile, spend quietly, or not at all. Social overspending is subtle because it feels justified. A birthday dinner, a fancy wedding gift, a weekend getaway with friends. None of these are bad on their own. But when your spending becomes a way to earn validation, it turns toxic. Comparison is the thief of both joy and wealth. You see others' highlight reels and assume that's the standard. So you swipe, spend, and sacrifice financial peace to feel included. Yet, true status isn't about what's seen. It's about what's secured. Buffett once said, "You can't buy integrity or peace of mind." The rich understand that being financially grounded gives more confidence than any outfit or car ever could. Social overspending also creates emotional debt. You start associating friendships with money, not meaning. People who truly value you won't care where you dine or what you wear. They'll care about who you are. So the next time you feel pressured to match someone else's lifestyle, remember this: they might be financing their appearance, not living their reality. And while social pressure can make you spend out of pride, the next money leak feeds on the opposite emotion: hope. A false hope that's cost people their life savings. Every week, millions of people line up for a shot at instant wealth. Scratch cards, lottery draws, casinos. It's the dream of turning a few dollars into millions. But as Warren Buffett says, a lottery is a tax on people who are bad at math. The odds of winning most lotteries are smaller than the odds of being struck by lightning. Twice. Yet the poor keep playing, not because they believe in probability, but because they crave hope. It's not just about money, it's about escape. The illusion is powerful. The flashing lights, the jackpot sounds, the smiling faces of winners on TV, all of it engineered to sell a fantasy. For a brief moment, you feel like wealth is within reach. But in reality, you're buying disappointment, one ticket at a time. Gambling works the same way. Casinos are built on psychology, not chance. They give just enough small wins to keep you playing, while slowly draining your balance. Every spin, every bet feels like progress, but statistically, it's guaranteed loss. Warren Buffett's view is brutally honest. Real wealth doesn't come from luck. It comes from discipline. Those who invest small amounts consistently outperform those who gamble large amounts occasionally. Imagine redirecting what you spend on lotteries or casinos into an index fund. Over years, that small discipline compounds into freedom. But when you gamble, the only thing that compounds is regret. And while the lottery preys on hope, the next money drain preys on habit, one that's even more accepted, social, and deceptively expensive. For many, socializing means going out. Restaurants, bars, clubs. It's fun, it's lively, and it's expensive. What starts as just one drink can turn into a routine that quietly swallows hundreds each month. Buffett once joked that he'd rather drink Coca-Cola, which he actually invests in, than spend on cocktails that vanish in a night. But behind that humor lies a principle. The rich find ways to make their habits profitable. The poor fund their distractions. When you calculate the true cost of nightlife, entry fees, drinks, rides, snacks, tips, it's easy to spend a small fortune by the weekend. And the hidden cost? Fatigue, less productivity, and a cycle of working hard just to play hard. The wealthy enjoy fun too, but they're intentional about it.
They separate recreation from recklessness. They don't drink to forget their problems, they invest to solve them. Warren Buffett's philosophy is simple. If you want to know where your priorities are, look at where your money goes when you're not thinking. For many, that's Friday night. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. The danger lies in confusing entertainment with escape. When your weekends start costing your weekdays, it's time for a change. And while nights out drain your wallet socially, the next habit drains it silently. Every morning, in front of the mirror.
Beauty has become a billion-dollar illusion. Every day, new must-have serums, creams, and miracle treatments flood the market, each one promising confidence, youth, and perfection. But here's what Warren Buffett would tell you. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Poor people often confuse price with proof. They believe the higher the cost, the better the result. But in reality, many luxury beauty products have markups of over 500%. What you're often paying for isn't better ingredients. It's clever marketing, shiny packaging, and celebrity faces. It's easy to fall into this trap because self-care feels productive. You tell yourself it's an investment in appearance. And while there's nothing wrong with wanting to look your best, there's a fine line between maintaining yourself and monetizing insecurity.
Buffett's principle of value applies here too. Before buying anything, ask what it truly delivers. If a $20 moisturizer performs as well as a $200 one, the rest of that money belongs in your savings, not your skincare routine. The rich don't buy based on hype. They buy based on longevity. Buffett invests in businesses that produce consistent returns, not ones that rely on fleeting trends. Apply the same logic to your personal life. Focus on what actually improves your health, confidence, and stability. Remember, beauty fades, but financial peace glows longer than any highlighter ever could. And while overspending on self-care drains your bank account emotionally, the next habit drains it physically, one bite at a time. Fast food is convenience wrapped in regret. It's quick, cheap, and comforting. But in the long run, it's one of the most expensive habits you can have.
Warren Buffett might not preach about nutrition, but his frugal lifestyle offers a lesson. Consistent habits shape outcomes, financially and physically. Poor people often spend more on junk food, delivery meals, and sugary snacks than they realize. Not just in dollars, but in energy, health, and future costs. A $10 meal deal might not seem like much, but multiply it by 30 days, and then by a lifetime. You're not just losing money, you're buying medical bills, lower productivity, and lost years. Wealthy people understand the compounding effect of choices. Just like investing, small habits create massive results over time. Cooking at home, meal prepping, or choosing whole foods isn't just healthier, it's cheaper, smarter, and more sustainable. Buffett calls this the snowball principle. Small, consistent actions gather momentum. Every dollar you save from avoiding junk food can go towards something that grows: your health, your savings, your peace.
The poor often spend to feel better now. The rich spend to live better later. That difference defines long-term success. And if junk food drains your wallet in small bites, the next one drains it in big gulps. The grand illusion of reward that arrives once or twice a year. Holidays are supposed to bring joy, but for many, they bring debt. Every year, millions of people go broke celebrating relaxation. Flights, hotels, gifts, fancy dinners, each swipe feels justified because it's a once-in-a-year thing. But Warren Buffett would tell you, do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. The problem isn't celebrating, it's overspending to prove happiness. Poor people often see vacations as a way to escape their daily life, while the rich see them as a way to enrich it. The difference lies in intention.
Buffett's lifestyle proves that peace doesn't require extravagance. He could stay in the most luxurious resorts in the world, but he prefers simplicity because his fulfillment isn't for sale. Meanwhile, the average traveler pays for comfort they can't afford and ends up working the next 6 months to pay for a week they barely remember. That's not freedom. That's financial slavery disguised as leisure. You don't need to give up holidays, but you do need to redefine them. A peaceful weekend at home, a road trip, a local getaway, all can create joy without sabotaging your savings. True wealth is having choices, not credit card bills. So before you book your next trip, ask yourself, will this memory bring me peace or pressure? Because sometimes the most luxurious thing you can buy is freedom from debt.
When Warren Buffett talks about money, he's never just talking about dollars. He's talking about decisions. Each of these 15 habits is more than a spending mistake. It's a mindset trap. Poor people often spend to feel rich. The wealthy spend to stay rich. Buffett's philosophy isn't about deprivation. It's about direction. It's not about denying pleasure. It's about designing your future. Every dollar you protect today becomes a silent worker, compounding in the background, building a life where you no longer trade hours for money. Ask yourself, which of these habits are draining your potential? And which one will you break first? Because wealth isn't built overnight. It's built quietly, in the invisible moments when you choose control over impulse, value over vanity, and future over fleeting pleasure.
If this video gave you something to think about, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe for more timeless lessons from Warren Buffett and other great minds of wealth. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, it's about how wisely you keep it.